Hello, this is Dale Calvert. If you are watching this video, if I sent it to you personally, then it's because you found your way to this website, North America Launch Team. Filled out this form here, hit submit. So you've probably evaluated and looked at some of the videos we have online with the AP regarding the APL Go opportunity, which is a phenomenal company, phenomenal product, phenomenal opportunity. And I just needed to take a few minutes and get this video done because I'm getting people every week that are replying to different promotions and ads that we've done that we did throughout 2021. So again, some of you may know me, some of you may have followed me for years, some of you may have just happened upon this website, the product, the opportunity, what have you, different people from all over the world, different backgrounds. So if you'll just bear with me, I have something I need to share with you real quickly. I had a gentleman today that had started on a couple of different products back in the summer. Uh, One, the Relax, helped him sleep. He had another one that was helping him with his digestion and was looking to get more product. He contacted his aunt. She said, I'm no longer doing that, and you can find somebody online. Well, he ended up going online, found us, found some of our promotions, started looking at the business opportunity, got interested in the business, found North America Launch Team, filled out a form, wanted to know more about the business. And then we have promotions that are out there everywhere that we did again throughout 2021. At this point in time, excuse me, at this point in time, I've made a pivot mentally. Uh, my wife and Dawn and I operate multiple different traditional online e-commerce businesses. We have a lot of things going on. The team building aspect, our focus for a little over a year was 100% APL Go. Very unique opportunity, and depending upon you and your situation, it may be the very best opportunity for you in the market right now, but it might not be. And I came to the conclusion uh, that I needed to make a pivot. I'm going to explain to you why. Because if you're just out there looking for a great opportunity, you haven't tried the products, you aren't uh, focused on finding the right nutritional oriented opportunity. You're just looking for opportunity. You just want to make money. You just want to move forward. Then I owe it to you to share this with you. And it's a whole lot easier me doing this video one time because I've had this type of conversation so many times over the last couple of months with many different people. And it'll help me by going through a presentation like this. It'll help me hopefully cover everything that I need to as quickly as I possibly can for both of us. So again, you found this page. That's why you're getting this email from me with this video link. Uh, and again, large number of people, diverse backgrounds, respond to our promotions every single week because we promote hard. And a lot of you know about myself, my background, my story, starting in a little 600 square foot home, driving a beat up Chevette years ago when I started building teams and progressed and had a lot of success and retired when I was 39. The the previous 5 years before retiring from building teams when I was 39, I'd made over $10 million, and we had built our dream home in Central Kentucky. This is just a picture of it. And the thing I'm the most proud of is during that period, from the time I was 20 till the time I was 39, building teams. The last team that we built, we had over 200 people on our personal team that had made over six figures, had gotten out of dead end jobs, and really put themselves on a different path towards financial peace and success. This is just a magazine. That's me on the cover with the company owner at the time. That's my Viper. That's my Viper. It's called Success Makers, and the magazine was full of people that got plugged into our systems and mastered the skill sets and the mindsets necessary to really create financial independence with this business model. So, um, and I'm just going to tell you, just kind of be as authentic as I can and kind of lay this out. In 1999, I did an audio called Network Marketing is a Scam. And my point in that audio was the competition is the dead end job. It's not each other, because I was seeing network marketing go through some shifts. It started when I started, it was based about around a personal development program with the compensation plan attached. Most people can study personal development, they can read the right books and listen to the right audio tapes, but if they're trying to apply it to a corporate dead end job, their upside potential is limited. And that's what made network marketing so powerful, is the fact that you could learn the right proper skill sets, mindsets, and apply it to a business model that was open for anybody to get involved with and had unlimited upside income potential. And I saw this shift starting to happen around the end of the 90s, as the internet started becoming more mainstream, and I did an audio about it. And you can go access this online if you want. It's mlmscam2.com, and I've added a lot more to the original audio that will just kind of give you a background and history of this profession and why it has been on a downhill swing for the last 10, 15 years, but why it still, in my opinion, offers the number one opportunity in the world for average people like myself with above average desire to totally change their financial future if the right stars line up and you're with the right company, the right time, right team, and history. And if you're not with the right company, right team, right time, and history, it's going to be very, very challenging. So, long story short, in 2015, I had been coasting for about 15 years. Um, Not quite 15 years at that time, but I've been coasting for a long time, retired from building teams. When I was no longer associated with the company, my phone started ringing. People wanted me to come and do my Programming Your Mind for Success seminar at their corporate event, uh, teaching our lead generation systems at corporate events, at Super Saturdays events, at consulting contracts with multiple different companies. And I just kind of coasted from about 2000, 2015, got involved in a lot of other different traditional type businesses and e-commerce businesses, and was just coasting. And I had a couple of heart attacks, and it got me thinking, Dale, what are you supposed to do with the rest of your life? And it was at that point that we started the MLM Success podcast, which some of you may or may not be familiar with. But my only point is, in 2015, I kind of refocused on network marketing and trying to really make an impact on the profession, because by that time it had gotten so far away from the core fundamentals on which it was developed that it was a serious, serious situation. Uh, then in 2020, towards the end, I made the decision that I was liquidating all my network marketing related websites, everything, and contacted the number one website brokerage company in the United States and was just going to liquidate, sell everything network marketing related, and focus on some other more traditional type businesses. And that was my focus, and that was my plan. And at the time, a very unique opportunity was presented to me, and here's why. And people don't understand. See, I'm talking, and there's nothing that I'm saying to you that cannot be documented and is not coming right from my soul. I'm not saying this just to hear myself talk, but this made sense for me. Yeah, I heard a preacher one time. He said, if we had a crystal ball and could see the future, we could all become millionaires. And I felt like standing on my pew and saying, no, no, we wouldn't. Not if we don't take advantage of what we see. So, what happened for me is I found out about a company, and in my mind, the 4 stars had lined up. And I'm not going to go through that. You can watch this video here. There's the on the screen is the URL. You can watch the whole thing. But here was the bottom line. The company was 9 years old, over 200,000 associates. The top income earners were already making 100,000 plus a month. The product was a category creator. Nothing like it exists in the marketplace. The compensation plan pays back more than any other company, period. It's documented 63% paid back to the field, not on paper, actually money paid to the field. And when you start looking at this, I can see the red flags real quickly in a comp plan or in a company or in a product. And when I looked at this, it's like, Dale, I've never seen anything like this, because most companies start in the U.S. and then they expand abroad all over the world. This company had started outside the U.S., operated successfully for 9 years, and now was coming to the United States, coming to North America. You don't have to be the sharpest tool in the shed to figure out, if they had had that type of success outside the U.S., what possibly could happen within the United States. And long story short, I got involved. And that was APL Go, which is the company that you uh, responded to. And 2021 was a fabulous year for us. This is my wife and I, and this is just one of our upline. And they said, and this was on our Facebook page, being one of the best in the industry is an understatement. Not only have you been in the top recruiting list 3 different times in your first 8 months, we were actually there 4 times in our first 10 months, but you've personally sponsored well over 20 diamonds in your first 8 months, in addition to earning 2 cruises. Dale and Dale Calvert are 2 of my most favorite people on the planet. Your passion for the industry and the people who decide to take action in it is so inspiring. Thank you for trusting me and continue to build with me. I appreciate you both very much. Congratulations on being one of the only people in the company to have ever reached the Diamond Flight Club 2 times in the same year. Honestly, I don't even know what the Diamond Flight Club is, and it doesn't matter to me, because I know when the stars line up and you treat people right and you're with the right company, right time in the history, you have the training systems in place, you have the right product, and you apply yourself and you focus, uh, that this is the type of success that I should expect with my background and experience. And I understand that my success is in direct proportion to the number of people on our team that we're able to help move forward. As Zig told us, you can have anything in life you want if you help enough other people get what they want. So 2021 was a fabulous year for us financially. We learned a lot, and wisdom occurs once you know it all, someone said. And I just learned a lot. And I learned that, in general, in my opinion, today, and I did a podcast about this, uh, network marketing is a business model that started in the personal development, came out of the personal development movement. There was an awakening. They had massive growth in the 70s, 80s, up through about the mid 90s. And during the mid 90s, especially when the internet came around, and even before the internet, it moved from a growth mode where we're focused on wisdom of the ages principles, and it moved from growth into a speculation mode. People wanted to know, how can we do it quicker, faster, and easier. You saw a lot of gimmicky marketing plans, compensation plans come into the market. People started competing with each other. This was like in the last part of the 90s, and it went from a speculation to a dissipation, from a growth, just major growth for 70s through out the 70s, the 80s, through the 90s, growth, 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 growth. And then everybody started speculating, trying to find quicker, faster, easier ways to do it. and then you saw the downtrend, and it's continued ever since. And in the industry, the movement went from a speculation mode to a dissipation mode, and in my opinion, today it's in a mode of delusion and fear. There's been a lot of people that have done real well in this profession for many years, and they're watching their incomes dwindle down, their organization starting uh, to diminish, and there's just a lot of fear and frustration out there. And I saw this very clearly because there's no organization in 2021 that was in the field working every single day as hard as we could, like myself and many members of our team. And I just saw this. And, the question I really wanted to answer in 2021 was, can the average person with above average desire who's teachable and can spend 15 hours a week, uh, can they develop a full-time income in 3 to 5 years? And I came to the conclusion it's possible if you're with the right company and the stars are really lined up, the 4 stars, but it's not very likely because we're in a market where network marketing is not the only game in town any longer. There's a lot of options and a lot of different ways for people to create cash flow, residual income. I still believe it's the number one way in the world for the average person with above average desire to create wealth. I believe that. But a lot of people aren't interested in wealth, and they aren't interested in spending 15 hours of focused effort. They don't want to expand their comfort zone. They just want to make money. And and again, that mentality is something that's a whole nother subject. But over 2021 was one of the best years of my life from a learning perspective, and being right in the middle, building again, going at it hard. And the one thing that I've realized from talking to so many people that were involved in companies that have been around 15, 20 years, they had the skill sets, and I knew and they knew the best move that they could make for their team and for themselves, if they still had fire and they still wanted to build, was to pivot, because the companies they were with and are still with have grown, and then they've fallen down, and maybe they've stabilized, or maybe they're still going down. But essential oils is over, guys. uh, CBD products are over. Okay, I can't imagine someone trying to build, and those two just popped in my mind. If I could give you dozens of examples, 90% of the companies who haven't got off the ground yet, and they've been around 2 or 3 years, they're not going to ever create momentum. Those that did have a great momentous run and have fallen off, they're not gonna come back. They're not going to have that type of momentum again. You get that shot once, 95% of the time. And a lot of intelligent people, they know that, I know that. Okay, but they didn't have the courage or whatever to pivot. The belief, the courage, I'm not sure, the guts. I don't know what it is totally, but they did not. I mean, I talked to a guy in USANA. I've known him for years, or known of him, never known him personally. I knew that he was going to join us, and he should join us, and it would be a great move for him to join us. And he knew it, but he couldn't make the pivot. And the people that have been around this industry since 2000 and beyond have no idea what they're even doing. They think it's all about social media and creating followings, and that's not what this business is about. It's not about creating followings. Your long-term income is in direct proportion to the number of leaders that are developed on your team. That's how you do this. It's not by convincing a bunch of people to buy a product so you can keep your check up. It's like people that we call leaders in network marketing, and their main focus is, how do I keep everybody on auto ship one more month? That's not a fun business. that's not a mentality I want to have anything to do with. And what I've learned is that in 2021 is that leaders pivot. And by talking to so many that knew they should, some did and are glad they did, but others knew they should and couldn't. And it was just very revealing for me. And if we just look, it says, here's just a few quotes. It says, when we are no longer able to change a situation and have exhausted all possibilities, pray and then be prepared to pivot. That was from Billy Graham. I've said time is the most valuable asset we have. Don't wait too long to pivot. Uh, I prefer dying on my own sword over dying on somebody else's. I hold on to my convictions until the market tells me I'm wrong. And when I'm wrong, I make adjustments with conviction too. That's from Gary Vee. Makes pivots, makes adjustments, and has just as much conviction in his new judgments and keeps on going. Leaders pivot. Grant Cardone said a pivot is a change in strategy without a change in vision. And I love that because if you know why you're doing it, what you want to accomplish in the next 3 to 5 years, if you have to pivot along the path, then that's okay. So I've said all that to say this, that um, in November, is that right? No, wasn't November. 2021, we're rolling, having a lot of success, got a great group of people, attracting some phenomenal people. But I see what's going on in the market, that the market itself and the people out there, the negative connotations about uh, network marketing and just the amount of misinformation that's been put into the marketplace. It's tough, tough, tough. But I knew it could be done. And I felt like, okay, we've got to take lead generation to a whole different level. Those of you that listen to my podcast, you know I've talked a lot about that. And that's what we were in the process of doing. And then in uh, August, August, I got I got COVID, and it wiped me out. I didn't get out of bed for over a week, and it made me stop and just really think. And when I was lucid enough to think, I was thinking about our team, and I was trying to keep updated with our team and what we need to do, where we need to go. And I'd seen this other company prior, back in January. I'm not going to tell you the whole story. Uh, I'd seen another company that was totally different than anything I'd ever seen before. It was very interesting, but I felt like it was a goat rodeo, and there was a lot of just a lot going on there. And then they made a decision in November that I agreed with, that needed to be made. And long story short, I'm building there now, and we've had more growth in 90 days than I had in a year with APL Go. And the reason is there's a fifth star. And the fifth star is the product or service that you're marketing has to be in vogue. It has to be something that the masses are curious about, want to know more about, and are interested in. And I'm not going to go into all the detail there. You can see the link at the top of this. Sorry for the long, drawn out links with dashes in it. But you can go there and you can listen to this and it'll explain it in detail. But this is where my focus is. Now here's the caveat. This is going to be done in, I believe, 18 months to 2 years. We're building out what's called the Internet of Things. We're building out a completely different internet. And once it's built, it's over, it's done. And we'll still create cash flow, but it'll be built. So my focus right now is getting it built with our team, getting it built, but it's going to be done. When it's done, what am I going to do? I don't know. I mean, I'm going to have a lifetime residual income there, and I might be at APL Go in 2 years. I don't know right now. I just know for me, I had to make the pivot and make it now because it's in my best interest. And more importantly, it was in the best interest of a lot of people that I was working with that deserved success. So that's where I'm at. Here, you can go watch this video if you would like. Uh, some of you, like the gentleman I was speaking about earlier, he loves the APL Go products. He wants to build a business around APL Go. I had this conversation with him today on the phone. He said, I don't know anything about team building. I like you. I like the videos I've seen. He said, well, I still have access to your training, even if you're not around. And can you hook me up with somebody on your team that I can work with? And I said, absolutely, positively. Absolutely. We can do that. We can do that. And I told him 2 years I might be back focused, and I'm not out. I'm just not focused in building with APL Go at the present time because I had to make the pivot. So if that's you, and that's so many of the people that I talk to, but it's not everybody. Some of the people that I've talked to have just said, Dale, I'm just looking for a way to create cash flow. I'm just looking for a way to get out of my corporate environment, my cubicle, and I've listened to your podcast, and I know that you know what you're doing, and I know that you're going to tell me the truth. And and they've looked at what we're doing, and some have joined us with the new opportunity. They get the fifth star is important and why it's important, and some don't. Some are just absolutely sold out on the APL Go products. So I get that. So let me just real quickly just tell you guys. This is the last thing I want to show you. If you'll just bear with me just for just a second, let me pull this site up, because that's the number one concern people have. If they've looked at APL Go, they've looked at some of our information, they understand what we do, how we do it. You will have access to, our team calls this Harvard, but every training webinar that I've done from day one is all here. Every week, every weekly, they aren't going to pop up here because it takes a while to load. But they're all here, every single one of them. Every webinar that we've done, uh, all the training, how to launch your business. You have access to the retail site. You get everything, all the lead generation methods that we teach. Everything is here. So you get access to everything, and I will hook you up directly with uh, a team member, a leader that understands these systems, understands how to maximize the income potential with APL Go. But for me personally, right now, over the next 12 months to 2 years, uh, I had to make the pivot, and we have made a pivot, and I just needed to let you know that. So watch the video. You have my email. Get back in touch with me. Let me know what questions you have, what I can do to help you. Um, Honestly, my commitment, I mean, really, my commitment is to entrepreneurial spirited people, period. I want to support and help people any way I possibly can. I don't care what network marketing company they're in. I don't care what type of business niche they're in, because we're involved in many different business niches as well. But my time, like yours, is the most valuable asset that I have. And I was, I mean, a few months ago, it was like somebody called, and there was no way I could not tell them about the fifth star. There was no way I could not tell them this. It's like I had to let them know what is going on. And I've had this conversation way too many times with too many people. It takes too long. Time is valuable for all of us, so that's why I had to do this video. So you can go check that out if you want. You can. Some people, they over the phone they want to argue with me and tell me what a scumbag I am, and so on and so forth, and that's fine as well. Whatever you believe, you're going to believe. A person convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. Never try to explain yourself. Your friends don't need an explanation, and your enemies aren't going to believe you anyway. I just had to be upfront, authentic, let you know where I'm at, and I, I look forward to your response to the email that you receive with this video. Peace. Wish you the very, very best and look forward to speaking with you soon. Have a good one.